Hello and welcome to Too Fast, Too Forever. As long as a family, we chose this one. This is episode 424, Life in the Fast Lane, number 55. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
And Joe, I hope you are ready for more information you ever wanted to know about Shad Moss, a.k.a. Bow Wow, a.k.a. Lil Bow Wow, a.k.a. other names I did not know until I did this research.
Big Bow.
Because we're about to dive in deep onto
I'm so
Shad
excited.
Gregory Moss. But first, minute 21 of Tokyo Drift.
Hell no. That's mine right there. When I even pay retail for it.
What you drive?
On my ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, my ride's one of a kind.
Show me.
Thought you weren't sticking around. All right.
So in this minute, Sean and Twinkie continue to talk about Twinkie's steering wheel, which he paid retail for. This conversation pivots into Twinkie's ride. Sean is curious, but Twinkie teases him, saying he didn't think Sean was going to be hanging around. After school, hard cut to after school, Twinkie brings Sean to a rotating parking garage, shaking his head at each car that passes by until his car comes into focus when he exhales in giddy excitement. Sean does not appear nearly as excited to see this car as Twinkie does as the minute ends. So now, Joe, before I get into my redacted information about Shad Gregory Moss, known as Bow Wow, nay Lil Bow Wow, born on March 9th of 1987, 9 months older than me, what did you learn, what did you find, what did you notice in minute 21?
We have another MC Hammer poster on the side there.
Beautiful.
And I got all the cars that are in the garage with their appropriate tags and stuff.
Anything interesting?
The TVR Tuscan Speed 6, this is like a British car, which is kind of weird. A Lotus is cool. Rachel's stepdad had a Lotus Elise at some point. I was a fan that there's two Porsches in it, but generally just like cool cars. The TVR is kind of cool. If you've never seen one of these, go check that one out. That's pretty cool.
Are these all linked to internet? Yes, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
And they're all, like, I love that, like, this minute is so visual because I love them standing there. Like, the way that it's all framed is
It's
very
framed
cool.
and shot really fucking cool. I agree. I think this is probably like one of the most iconic scenes in the Fast and the Furious. If I had to make an argument, like this is one that like really like people remember this.
Now, the Volkswagen that the Hulk car that Twinkie has, that's not the car. For some reason, I'm thinking that's the car Frankie Muniz bought, but like he bought one of Brian's cars in the first movie, right?
He brought Jesse's. He brought Jesse's
Okay.
Jetta that he loses to Johnny Tran is the car that he had.
If you have the interest or the desire, unless you did it this time, you just didn't write it down. I want to know more. Like, where is that car now?
Oh yeah, I need to. Oh cool, I can look it up. I
Because
don't
we
know.
got time. He's going to be driving around. You know what I mean? Like, we got time.
Yeah. Frankie Muniz. Yeah, he's like, it's weird that he doesn't remember any of this stuff too. You know this, right?
What? Wait, what?
Frankie Muniz. Okay, do you know that he has like total amnesia from all of the Malcolm in the Middle times?
No.
You don't know this about him?
No.
He's hyper interesting. So like now he's literally like a race car driver. Like that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
But he says that he does not remember why he is famous or how he has money. He remembers nothing from the time of being Malcolm in the Middle. He has like, I don't know if he had some kind of accident or something, but like he has like no memory of it at all.
This is really sad. I'm looking at his Wikipedia right now. So it's got transient ischemic attacks, which are like mini strokes. They figure it's mostly because of multiple concussions.
Yeah.
And it says that Bryan Cranston like calls him a bunch to be like, "Hey, no, like we had a good time on that set. Like it was
like
cool."
no, like people will be like, "Dude, I loved you on Malcolm in the Middle," and he'll be like, "Thanks," and he'll be like, "I don't remember any of it." So like it doesn't. Like he's like living what is it? Fucking Memento essentially, right?
So then on Steve-O's Wild Ride podcast, he said it wasn't mini strokes, it was actually migraine auras, which is a perceptual disturbance experienced by some people with epilepsy or migraines, like a mini seizure. And the story of his memory was misinterpreted by media sources. Reports of his amnesia were false, that they were based on a throwaway sentence. "Man, I don't really happen in 2001. Gaps in his memory occurred due to a large number of concussions as a teenager." So that's weird that like there's two paragraphs here, and just like one is like, here's a bunch of shit like exactly what you said, and the other one just
that's
none of that shit's true.
Yeah, weird. But anyways, he's now just like a race car driver, and he was like driving like I think like NASCAR, like some like under NASCAR circuit and stuff like that. And like he just like he found his bear country, and it's just car, and that's what he does.
Bear country.
Yeah, but can you imagine that? That's crazy.
I can't imagine having like multiple concussions. Like as a teenager, like that's like young brains, developing brains. Like that's scary.
Yeah, it's one of like the main. It's one of the main thoughts when talking about like high school sports, especially like high school football, is like how much damage are we doing to these children's brains at a point where like they don't understand when we didn't understand how bad it could get. And then you have, what's his name? Aaron Hernandez and stuff. So okay.
But you just got his bell wrong. That's all that happened. Just got his bell wrong.
Yeah. Much like Grizzly Man, another man coming.
Well, that's
to
not
grips,
out yet, but yes,
coming to grips with himself. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was my tangent. You guys learned a fact that's possibly right or possibly not right.
It seems like partially right, but the interpretation you have is not exactly right. But that's also like what most people think. So
yeah,
find your bear country. Okay, so the song "My Life Be Like Ooh Ah," which is "My Life Be Like / Ooh Ah" by Grits, but this is the remix featuring Tupac and Exhibit, Tokyo Drift video version on YouTube.
Okay.
That's in this minute. That starts. We also have Sean and Twinkie's after school clothing. Sean is basically the same shit he was wearing when he got to Tokyo, which is a gray t-shirt and dark jeans and black boots. But Twinkie's in his red, black, and white, everything.
Rockaware. It's like a Rockaware Jumpman.
His shirt is Jumpman, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what I learned about Shad Moss. So I said to you,
God. It's like 2 pages of information, but go ahead.
I just copied and pasted and just like got rid of the boring stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think you're going to know about, I'm guessing like 3/4 of this, but there's stuff in here that I don't think like normal people, but okay. IMDb says he started rhyming at the age of 3. So at the age of 5, he started his rap career. Do you know his first original name?
No, like something like Lil Dog or something. Go ahead, what is it?
Kid Gangsta.
Kid Gang, okay, cool.
So the next year when he's 6, Snoop Dogg finds him. He's like, "You're Lil Bow Wow."
Because I'm Snoop Dogg, you're Lil Bow Wow. Okay.
So 5 years after that, at the age of 11, he signs with Jermaine Dupri's So Def Records.
Yes.
2 years later, he's 13 years old. He puts out his first studio album, Beware of Dog, in 2000. His second album, Doggy Bag, the following year. He's like all in on this fucking doggy branding.
Yeah, he is.
He then leaves So Def for Columbia Records, and So Def is like a subsidiary of Columbia, so he just goes to the parent brand to release 3 more albums, including Unleashed, which is when he dropped Lil, so he's no longer Lil. So he has 2 albums with Lil Bow Wow.
It's Bow Wow. Yeah.
He's just Bow Wow. So it peaks at number 3, his highest to date. He releases 3 more albums, and he has a 7th album now that's not yet released, but he's like leaked tracks from or whatever, but there's like a 7th Bow Wow album out there or whatever.
You mean currently, like in 2025?
This was like 2015, but like...
Okay, sure.
He released 6 albums. There's a 7th that like is floating around that isn't actually out yet, in case you want, some Bow Wow leaks or whatever.
Yeah.
So in 2002, he gets his first acting role as a cameo in the film All About the Benjamins. That same year, he's cast as the lead in Like Mike, which seems wild to be like, I'm just a cameo in this one movie. I'm also the star of this other movie. Like, okay.
Yeah.
On IMDb, his top 4 favorite, or not top 4 favorite, I'm used to the letterbox thing, but he is best known for Tokyo Drift, Like Mike, Scary Movie 5, and Johnson Family Vacation, which they were all like sort of, at least Johnson Family Vacation was like one of his like, again, sort of breakout into being an actor movies, which I've not seen, but like seemed in like the research I was doing important. He was also on all 31 episodes of CSI Cyber with Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek before it got canceled.
I remember that. I do remember
I think my dad watched some of that.
I love CSI, and I love the spin-offs too. I loved Miami. I loved New York. I loved... everything. I'm a big fan.
That's also fun. It's funny to me that like shows like that, it's like I haven't seen, but you've seen so many commercials for while watching football from 1 to 7 on CBS on Sundays or whatever. That's just like
you mainly know the through lines,
or whatever. Yeah,
you know the through lines of the thing. You're like, they're dead or they're back together or whatever. You just be like, oh damn, that's right. Yeah, because you're right. You're watching Sunday Night Football. It's like, and tomorrow's new episode of CSI Cyber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there are his wiki and his IMDb do not include the I'm sitting on a private plane, but I'm actually on
just
a public
taking
plane.
taking the PJ to whatever.
But
yeah.
There
Okay.
are two different sections on the Wikipedia that I thought were very interesting. Number one, always interesting, legal issues.
Okay, what does he have?
So in March of 2012, when he is 25 years old, it was announced, I don't know who announced this, but it was announced he was ordered by a court to pay $3,000 a month in child support.
Doesn't seem like a lot of money, to be honest.
In October of that year, so 7 or 8 months later, he claimed he was broke and only making $4,000 a month and only had $1,500 in his checking account. But the next day, he signs on to be one of the co-hosts of BET's 106 in Park, and he goes on to address this by saying, quote, "One thing about me, I'm a smart guy, very smart. Things I do are for reasons. Things I don't do are for reasons. So for myself, I'm comfortable, very comfortable. For me, it's all about the work. But as far as rumors, those are people's opinions. Until you see me in a corner of the cardboard box saying, I'll tap dance for food or canned goods, then you can say I'm broke."
That reminds me so much of the 50 Cent energy. And I love that story of 50 Cent, and I love this story of Bow Wow.
That also just feels like Trumpy, just like, I do things for reasons. It also feels like he was just like, I'm broke because I don't want to pay child support. But it's like, no, man, like you're actually just like signed on to this like very lucrative show, whatever.
Yeah.
In February of 2019, he was arrested in Atlanta. Do you remember this?
No, what is this one?
For battery after a fight with a woman. At the time of arrest, both had suffered minor injuries. It was unclear who the aggressor was, so they both got charged.
Okay.
And he was released from
Fought a
jail.
chick. Was he
after
at
being
Magic
held.
City? That sounds like a Magic City story, that he just
Let me
fought a
find out.
stripper at Magic City.
I feel like you're probably at fault if you're fighting at Magic City.
I don't know.
Midtown Atlanta. When officers responded to the call, the woman told them that Moss had assaulted her, but the rapper said the woman had assaulted him.
That's a Magic City stripper, whether or not they're at Magic City or not.
He said the woman involved in the incident was intoxicated and beat Moss, quote, with a lamp, bit him on his side, and spit on him while he, quote, continually made efforts to avoid her. That's what his lawyer said.
Okay.
So, who knows?
Yeah.
Not at Magic City, but possibly with an employee of Magic City.
Possibly.
He was released from jail after being held on an $8,000 signature bond while talking about his, legal support and child support and whatever. He has a daughter named Shy Moss with Joey Chavis, Joie, Joey Chavis, born in 2011. Formerly engaged to Erica Mena from 2014 to 2015.
Erica Mena. Yeah. Do you know who this is?
I do not know who that is.
She was on what was it? The hip hop. She's like on Housewives of Hip Hop.
Okay, got it.
I forget what this was. Erica Mena. She has like a very funny video that's going around that always like makes its lapse like once a year. That is a video where she files for like full custody of her kids and like a divorce from her husband or something, and then he doesn't have to pay child support anymore.
Okay.
Or no, she gives her husband full custody of the kids, and she's like, good, this is over with. And she's like, how much money am I getting in child support, to her lawyer? And her lawyer's like, no money. And she's like, how am I supposed to live then? And they're like, but you gave up the kids to him, so like, why would he pay you to take care of the kids? She's like, this is terrible. Who did this? And they're like, you did this. So yeah. Anyway, Erica Mena is a fun character. She's great.
So with Erica Mena, he was formally engaged to her for a year.
Good for
He
him.
has a second child with another woman who, as of Wikipedia, is unnamed in September of 2020. So that's like born in COVID, but like
Yeah.
got pregnant before COVID. So here's the other interesting thing I found, because there's a thing on politics, which never usually bodes well for a celebrity.
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
So this is like,
let's hear.
It's less bad than you think, but also very Bow Wow and like very just stupid, but stupid in a fun way.
Okay.
So 2008, when Obama is running, he leads a 15-city Walk Across America event to register new voters. Great, like he's just like
That's awesome.
Get people.
That's a really cool idea. Yeah.
2014. This is not about voting, but 2014 he participates in a celebrity tribute to police shooting victim Michael Brown in a flag football game organized by Chris Brown. So like Chris Brown part of it is not good, but like he's also just like still on the right side of things. Just like, hey man, this is fucked up. I'm gonna play a flag football game, raise money, whatever.
Sure, charity event. And I mean, granted, Chris Brown's doing some rehab on his image at the time. We don't really, whatever, right? Okay, cool.
So then this is where it pivots. So in 2016, it says Bow Wow this is just verbatim, Bow Wow was involved in a controversy on Twitter when he told his followers he had decided not to vote in the presidential election that year. Somebody suggested that refusing to vote dishonors the struggle for civil rights in the U.S.
That's a point.
Do you want to guess what his response to this was?
Did he call them a slur?
No. One more guess. I wish I made this into a quiz and gave you like 4 answers, because I feel like you would just never guess this.
Go ahead. He said like Rosa Parks was my aunt.
No, kind of the opposite of that. He said he does not identify with the fight for civil rights because he's a mixed heritage and not exclusively black.
Is that the wokest thing you've ever heard, or the inverse of it? Because I can't tell.
I don't know. So then
he's like, this isn't my struggle because I haven't experienced the whole struggle because I'm mixed race.
Right.
That is a Twitter all-timer. Do you know the Twitter thing that's like, you could tweet, I really like waffles, and everybody would be like, so you hate pancakes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One of like Bob's favorite thing is he loves Milkshake Duck. Do you know Milkshake Duck?
Yes, yeah.
Where it's basically just like, we love Milkshake Duck. Milkshake Duck's the best. And just like, this just in, Milkshake Duck found to be racist. It's just like, oh, yes. Fucking, like everything, like nothing good can stay, right? It's just like, whether it's you saying one thing gets interpreted the other way, or it's just like, oh, wow, we love Bow Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess he does have a point, but at the same time, okay, yes, continue on. That was an I would never have picked that answer to that question.
So then, Trump gets elected, obviously.
Yeah.
And in March of 2017, it's amazing how just history repeats itself. This is verbatim, because this is the world we live in. On March 15th, 2017, Bow Wow, responding to President Donald Trump's criticism of Snoop Dogg's music video for Lavender Nightfall Remix. So in this world, Snoop puts out a Lavender Nightfall Remix music video.
Which we have never heard of. Who the fuck knows what that is?
But Trump says something about it.
Trump says something about it because he has, of course he does.
Bow Wow sends a tweet to Trump in which he threatened to, quote, pimp your wife and make her work for us. And then Wiki says in less than 24 hours, Bow Wow deleted the offending tweet.
Put you on a corner. He Vince put that skirt on. I'm making you work the corner afterwards. He like Vinces him. We're gonna pimp your wife out.
Pimp your wife and make her work for us.
That's an interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So then the IMDb trivia of note, he earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records as the youngest rapper to have a #1 hit, the 2000 track Bounce With Me, so he's 12 or 13 there.
Yes.
He was a straight A student, and he has his own clothing line. Do you know what his own clothing line is? Names?
No.
Shago, Shago, I'm guessing like Shad.
Yeah.
I don't know where the go Gregory maybe? Something?
Yeah, Shago. Sure. Okay.
He's not wearing Shago, he's wearing Jumpman. Maybe he didn't exist in 2006, I don't know.
It probably didn't.
Anyway, that's Bow Wow.
Yeah, and then and to pivot to Fast and the Furious news, he recently was in a Walmart working there, but apparently that was...
I have a story about that. We'll get to that in a second.
It.
Yes.
Okay.
It was not actually, because you're like, did you see the thing? And then it's not the thing, but yes.
Okay.
So we need a trivia question. We also need a
album title should be one of a kind, is what I think. I mean, minute title. What do you think?
One of a kind? Oh, My Ride. My Ride's one of a kind.
Yeah.
My Ride. So I was thinking possibly we could do something along the lines of like, I don't love this, but what came to my mind while watching it, how much did Twinkie pay for his steering wheel?
That one's good. I was going to do which characters on, like, which famous comic character is on the side of Twinkie's car.
We could do that. I mean, if we want to just give people an easy one, which is fine. We don't need to have every question be insane.
I think that that's the most fair. I think that that's like, because if it's like what other cars are in the garage or something like that, like that's very hard. Oh, by the way, the answer should be the Hulk, Kylo Ren. Come on, that was a good joke.
The Hulk, Kylo Ren. Oh, Christian Bale in that one movie said that one time. Okay, yeah, I was like, how are these?
Yeah, Kylo Ren is like a definitely throwaway. This is already easy as shit anyways, so that's why I was like...
So in minute 21, one of a kind, Twinkie's car is themed around which character? The Hulk, Kylo Ren, Christian Bale in that one movie said that one time, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Perfect.
Wait, we're missing one. Or Jack McBrayer.
Yeah.
What's the one we're missing? The Hulk? Kylo Ren, Christian Bale.
It's
One
Mel
movie-
Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. We'll just do Charlie Brown.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
That's funny. Now it's a little joke. It's a free one for you guys. A little joke. Come on. Ha ha ha. There you go.
At what point, I mean, it's not, it's not difficult yet because there's only like 20, there's 21 minutes. There's probably like 21-ish questions. But at what point do we make this public? How many minutes? We've said it before, but I just don't remember.
Maybe like halfway.
Okay. So in years.
Oh no, I mean we can make it public whenever you want.
I don't know when,
30. Let's get 30 in.
Okay.
Thoughts? 30?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Good. Okay, Joe, it's time to run the VIN. I really thought, based on how I was seeing Instagram this week, the last 2 weeks.
You thought that we were gonna have a lot of in?
I thought we were going to have a ton of it. We, I believe, only have 5. So this is posted on August 21st. This is him from Fast 5 era, I would say, like 2011, sort of. No caption.
Looks about right there, yeah.
Just him leaning against a car, looking very cool.
Looking very fucking cool. Not as big as we've seen, like muscle wise or just mass wise, but he looks a la Fast 5, yeah. Probably.
And I don't know why I don't think he deleted posts, but I felt like every time I opened up Instagram, there's a new VIN post. I'm like, we're going to have like 12. Like, he's back, but there's 5. So, okay.
Interesting.
Next one. Here's a video.
Okay.
So this is Vin working out, and it's just him on his back. What is he doing? Like, what is this workout?
It's probably like leg lifts, yeah, leg lift type situation.
It's
that song
Forrest
was kind of
Frank
good, to be
and the
honest. That
Figs
seems like that would be like a
Lemonade.
fun.
Caption. Effort.
I kinda
want
wanna
to
hear that song. ...
The rest will follow.
Effort is on you is fucking, that goes hard. It's pretty, that's like, for meaningless platitudes, that feels like a Tomlinism. Like, the effort is on you.
Also important to know,
Effort is
effort,
on you.
comma, is on you, ...
Yeah, yes, the styling is delightful too. Yes, that's half
Okay,
the reason
next
I
one.
pick most of these.
Him in an I Am Groot t-shirt, hugging a little girl. Is that his daughter? Second
I
picture
would hope so.
is him staring at the Hulk. Groot staring at the Hulk with a beard. I was always fascinated by the origins of how the Hobbit came to be. I did not expect to start here. Okay. ... The idea that it started as a story a father would tell his children around a campfire. As you know, I've been deep in development and writing on so many of the characters I have grown a bond with. Just recently, I read to my family The Arbor King... The long-awaited story of Groot's return to Planet X... There's movies the world wants, my incredible fans want, and of course the ones the kids want. We are Groot.
Okay.
Well,
Let's unpack
the
this.
top comment
I have
is
thoughts.
spot on. Can't tell if this is Vin asking for a Groot movie or teasing a Groot movie.
Yes. Somebody else is on to our detective noses as well. Yes, Rory, I am thinking the exact same thing. This seems like a plea to have the Groot spin-off movie to the MCU, not that the MCU is writing the Groot spin-off
So
movie.
we still have upcoming... There's I Am Groot, there's 10 episodes that already came out, but notably, Planet X no longer listed on his IMDb.
So it was
I
at
believe
one
so.
point and now is no longer listed.
Wikipedia, that's not it. Planet X this is about actual Neptune. Let's go to the disambiguation. Planet X, the home planet of Marvel Comics character Groot, another Flora Colossi. Okay, let's go here now. I'm reasonably confident. Baby Groot appears in Ralph Breaks the Internet. Is that just Baby
Okay.
Groot? What? No, what?
Sure.
Oh, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, Groot. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Groot 2, The Blip, Further Adventures, Saving Rocket and Forming the New Guardians, alternate versions. No, Planet Xandar. Whoa. It's
Xandar
not
Kane?
Xander Cage. It's not ER. It's AR. But Xandar. Wow, he's got so much tied up into the X of it all. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he
so
does. He
according to
definitely
IMDb,
does.
though, it's no longer happening. So
This seems like a plea to Universal. Or what?
I don't remember if it was a movie or
MCU.
TV show.
Disney. Plea to Disney.
Disney wants their Planet X, which is why they're developing a Groot movie. Oh my god. We took his word at gospel. This Reddit thread about Marvel Studios spoilers is just quoting and referencing a Vin Diesel Instagram post. He not only manifested... This is wild to me.
I think, yeah. This is like some Russian bot shit happening.
I was talking to Walt.
I think
Walt,
they were onto
this is,
something.
I think one of
Hi,
Walt's
Walt.
favorite
Hi, Walt,
topics
forever.
is like Vin manifesting things.
Yeah, I think so. Us talking about it, or
Oh,
Walt
I also
in
had to
general,
hold on.
and
I
then
need to
us
send you this.
talking
I need to
about
show you
it?
this. Hold on. He said, out of nowhere, train's almost done. BTW.
Oh, fuck yes. I was wondering. Oh, fuck yes. I was wondering when we were gonna. It looks cute too. Wow.
It's pretty
Excellent
good, right?
choices, friends. This fucks hard.
So he said we're launching
Yeah.
Friends and Family
Wow.
soon, and he's
Okay.
gonna let us know when that's ready to go. And then as we're talking about that, so he wanted to share the pictures of that, right? He told us about that. He says also,
Yes, absolutely.
no fucking way Kojak's actually happening, right? And I was like, well, I'm like, as you know, we just think he's manifesting. And then he said, also, we talked about like the megalopolis because we thought maybe Kojak is his megalopolis, like this thing, whatever. And he's like, no, it's Hannibal. Because remember, the entire time he was on the show, he's just like, it's Hannibal. Like he wants to do the Hannibal thing. It's the Hannibal thing. It's the Hannibal thing. And then he said, oh my God, I just had a vision of the Hannibal press tour. It's an exhausted Jacob Anderson with dead eyes sitting next to a mildly coked out Vin as he volunteers a somewhat incoherent retelling of the Battle of Lake Trasimene to an Australian blogger. And it's like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Vin is going to be like, this is the most important art that's ever been arted. Let me tell you about it.
Yes.
So not only did he maybe manifest Kojak, again, there's no like evidence that movie's actually happening. There's no real
none. Besides him wearing
evidence that
jackets and
Fast
taking
11
pictures.
is coming in
yeah.
2 years. He also, what I thought was the surest bet. I don't know if you wrote down odds for this or not, but did you write down? Do we have odds for Planet X? Was that on the IMDb?
We have Muscle, Kojak, Riddick, Triple X4, and 10.2. We do not have odds for Planet X.
Wait, read those again to me, please.
Muscle,
Okay, that's still on his IMDb.
Kojak,
Not on his IMDb.
Riddick,
Yep, Riddick Furia. Yep.
Triple X4.
Yep.
And then 10.2.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So we're still good. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Planet X, I believe, was on here. Maybe not. But I thought how naive I was 26 weeks ago when Vin Diesel posted this on March 4th. Also, Disney wants their Planet X, which some say is Marvel's most anticipated movie. Haha. The film where Groot returns to his home planet. Which to me was his way of saying there's a bunch of shit that Marvel announced, and this is one people want the most. Which is like him boosting himself up. I didn't realize he made it up. This is amazing.
This is incredible. It is. It is.
This is amazing.
Should the episode title just be Planet X? Effort is on you, Planet X.
We could also do Xandar, Planet Xandar versus Xander or something. We'll come back to it. We got.
Is it Xander or Xandar?
So Xandar.
No, I'm just kidding. That's the episode title.
Oh. Or is it Xandar or Xander is either real? Something. We'll think about it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But this is like concept art, or maybe just probably more likely like a ChatGPT thing of
yeah,
super
definitely.
advanced Groot with like future tech in him.
Yeah, it looks like he has some kind of like eye. He has a the thing in Dragon Ball? He has a Thetan reader or whatever.
And this is the Hulk if the Hulk was played by Dave Bautista and like didn't shave his beard.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's him hugging a little girl.
Okay.
Wow. And then a picture of him laughing. All love, ... always, ...
That sucks because I say that all the time, and I can't believe that I didn't get it from Vin. So for him to say it, okay, cool.
Wearing
I'm
that
not
smile
repeating Vin
proudly
if I
kind
ever
of
say
made me
that.
smile, to be honest. What'd you say?
I said me saying is not a reference to Vin, which makes me annoyed now because like I'm too close to him to have to.
I get that, but I just saw Howdy 308 talking about how he
Yeah.
smiled because Vin smiled, and I had to smile.
Had to smile.
I'm gonna like this picture.
I'm smiling too. Yeah, that's a good picture. He looks happy. He found his bear country. He also looks stoned, but it's another story. But sure.
And then the only other picture. Oh, damn it!
What?
There was, I think, a much longer caption here. Let's see if I can find it from Googling. It's just an arm holding the hilt of a sword facing
Yes.
down in front of fire. And it says, summer 2025 has been quite productive, ... Calder! ! Now, there is a Vin Diesel 905 on X. Repost Vin Diesel.
No.
No, there was... I thought there was more, because he edited it. There's no... Oh, there is a second picture here. This is another picture of him as Calder, but probably from
Which
the
one is
first
Calder?
movie. That's The Last Witch Hunter.
Okay. He's making all of... Yeah, okay. Because we don't have The Last Witch Hunter, another one on this list either, bud. And he said it's been productive.
Summer 2025 has been quite productive, Calder. Yeah, this is like Men's Journal, whatever that is. Probably a site that I don't want to be on. 10 years later, Vin Diesel hints at long-awaited return to his most personal franchise. That's not true.
Yeah, that's definitely not true.
I thought there was more to it. Maybe there wasn't.
So there's not a Last Witch Hunter sequel either.
Write down your little list, The Last Witch Hunter 2.
Yeah.
And this is going to be like, I don't remember, do we set percentage odds? How do we write these down?
Yeah.
10%.
We did percentage of
10%.
Last Witch 2, 10%. Okay. And then we also said Planet X. Planet X is like where, what is it? Like
I think it's 15%. Like,
it's low. I
it's
think we're like a 5.
either, and I don't know how this works, either the most likely or the least likely to happen, just because like Disney has the money to make it happen, and people love Groot, but it also feels like, why would we make a Groot movie or a Groot TV show or whatever, you know?
Agreed. Well, I mean, Groot is like one of the like last like remnants of like people love. It's like Baby Yoda, right? Like even if like this doesn't work, like people are gonna be like, Groot is cute, and like Yoda is cute, and like Pikachu's cute. Like, so you're right. Yeah, it's probably the most and least likely in a way.
So on the Last Witch Hunters wiki, there's a section called Future. In June of 2015, Diesel stated on his Facebook that an untitled sequel was in the planning stages. Though it was initially planned to be a franchise, the poor box office showing, as well as Diesel's busy film schedule, has cast doubts on a sequel getting made. On March 10th, 2020, so 3 days before COVID, Diesel said the Lionsgate is going through with a sequel. We are now here 5.5 years later.
Yes.
No.
Yes, we are.
To Witch, to Hunter.
So what did we give a percentage? What did you?
I
want
said
for
10,
Planet,
and that seems
Planet
way,
X.
Oh, 15,
Planet X.
15.
You think it's more? Okay.
I think anything that like Vin Diesel wants to get made has a chance of getting made, just because like there's very few people who are as famous as he is, and if he really wants to will something into existence, the issue is he's trying to will like 4 things into existence at the same time.
I think that he's trying to do that because he is absolutely fucking terrified that none of these are getting made, and rightfully so.
But like, pick your battle.
No, I think this is just shotgun approach. It's like if they can't. Every girl in the world can't say no all at the same time. You know what I mean? Type situation where he's like, somebody's gonna like be like, you know what? Yeah, we could do a Last Witch Hunter 2, or we could do XXX 4, or we could do Kojak. We could do Hannibal. Like somebody's gonna pick one of them and be like, yeah. When in reality, it's just like do Fast and the Furious, but he's fighting Universal over that. So sure.
I'm going to share now the news. That's all the Vinstagram that we have. So if you want to check out the Vinstagram, go follow Vin Diesel. It's worth it, ? Although we talk about literally everything he does here, so I don't know that
you pretty much don't need to, yeah.
I'm going to try a new thing on Zoom. This is like a new Zoom that I have. Can you see like the screen share behind me?
Yeah, I can. It feels weird. It's like you're in you're like in a TV show. I like it. Okay. No, you're just like a YouTube. Yeah, like and subscribe. Here you go.
Ding. Okay, so we have here, this is the news that I have. There's a couple things. First off, from Games Radar, unreasonably good Xbox FPS first-person shooter featuring Vin Diesel was so under the radar, not even the studio noticed when it got canceled. Quote, they basically forced the publisher to restart the game. And I was like, hold on, what?
What?
So the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay was canceled for 2 weeks, and we didn't know about it.
What does that mean?
It was a game that came out in the mid-2000s. It was like one of those licensed ones, just like, hey, you saw the movie, go make the game or whatever. But there's a new NoClip documentary. NoClip is a really great documentary company. NoClip, they did a thing on the origins of machine games. Did the Riddick, the Darkness, etc. And so 2/3 of the way into development, quote, the game got canceled, but our publisher guy didn't tell us about it. We just kept going.
Okay. What does that mean?
Back then, he explains, if you released a movie license game, the whole purpose of that was a marketing tool for the movie. Fortunately, the movie studio needed that component as part of their marketing plan, so they basically forced the publisher to restart the game again, uncancel it. So the game was canceled for 2 weeks, and we didn't know about it. So I guess they're just like, don't do this, the game's not coming together, whatever. They canceled. Then somebody at Fox or whatever, Universal or whatever.
They're like, make the fucking game,
was
bro.
just like,
we need it for the promo.
We've been saying there's going to be a game coming. You need to make a fucking game. So they just like kept making the game they were making already.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah, this is like, if you like, again, we'll talk about a documentary in a couple of weeks on a Patreon. But if you like documentaries and you like video games, NoClip is a really, really good studio. I love their stuff, and I have not seen this yet. I saved this, but like Syndicate, cool. I think is a pretty big game, and they also made the Criticals of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay.
Cool.
Next story. Matthew McConaughey and Cole Hauser to star in Nick Pizzolatto Netflix series. So we got two sort of Nick Pizzolatto things here. One not tied to the show, but there's True Detective Season 5, maybe starring Nicolas Cage. I wonder if that's actually happening.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I sent that to you, me, Mike, and Brian. That was very cool. But Nicolas Cage, still in talks. But
okay.
Nick Pizzolatto, who created True Detective, is now going to make a Netflix series with Cole Hauser, Carter Verone, and Matthew McConaughey from the first season of True Detective. So that's pretty cool.
Just saw Matthew McConaughey this weekend standing outside of, on the sidelines of the Texas football game.
He loves the hook and horns.
He does.
I don't know what this is. You sent this.
I don't know.
Vin, or Tyrese, the other Vin, posted a thing called Another Crying Video that is 26 minutes and 24 seconds long. This is the tweet you sent me. Can someone summarize? I'm not listening to 26 minutes of Tyrese doing anything.
Which, I agree. I did not watch all 26 minutes of this.
The top comment, as I hoped, hey Grok, what is he crying about this time?
Grok, is this true? Grok, is this true?
In this video, Tyrese seems to be shedding tears of joy, expressing gratitude for spiritual experiences, miracles, and God's goodness in his life. It's more uplifting than his past emotional posts. And people just keep saying, make it shorter, make it shorter.
Shorter.
Joyful God tears. Grok is good.
Thank you.
So the other three things that I have saved are all about the Smashing Machine.
Yeah, no, I saw something today that I wanted to talk about too. Did you see the reception at the Venice Film Festival? I think it was the Venice Film Festival.
Yes, it got a 15.5-minute Venice standing ovation and generates Oscar buzz. So he looks very
which was notable. Which was notable because the video shows a very, very sleek looking Rock, and everybody commented on how thin and trim he looks at this. Like he looks gaunt, to be honest.
He looks a little creepy.
Yeah, it looks like he started taking Ozempic is what it looks like, honestly.
So all these film festivals love to be up their own assholes and like have these crazy long standing ovations. Like that was a 5-minute, that was a 7-minute, that was a 10-minute. 15 is crazy.
It's way too long.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. I'm sitting down.
But
I got about a good 15 seconds in me.
This is supposedly very good. And
yes, so that was the other thing. Like they were crying. He was crying. Benny Safdie was crying. Everybody was crying.
So there's two things that he said about this. Number one, I didn't say the other one, but number one is just like gritty roles, quote, weren't coming my way because I was too scared. So he talks about this, but then also he talks about how he didn't know what was possible because he was so pigeonholed in Hollywood. It's like, well, were you pigeonholed or were you scared to take those roles? Because it seems like you're telling both sides of the story here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, yeah, I understand that you're only getting cast as like the lead in Skyscraper, but it's like, were you afraid to do like a prestige movie, or were people not coming to you, or did you say no to a couple people, then they really stopped coming to you?
I think it was probably I think that's probably what he was trying to convey. I didn't read this article, but I think that it was probably, like you said, Joey, that somebody probably approached him with like one out of his comfort zone mildly role. He was like, I don't think I can do that. I'm just a large man. And they were like,
I'm big muscle.
I'm big muscle. Yeah, and they were like, okay, cool, then we won't do that. And he's like, damn it.
But
Now
I'm
I
big
can't do
brain too.
Yeah. must be muscle and brain.
What was hold on, I gotta see a thing. I think it might have been Gremlins 2. I watched a movie recently where they literally did, I think it was Gremlins 2, where it's not the Nietzsche versus Bruce Lee, but it's like basically that. I'm like, did you guys just fucking steal this line from Gremlins 2?
Did they?
I was just like, oh no. Anyway, the other thing I have saved, I have not looked yet though, is I want to see what people are reviewing this, because like all these things are like,
good point.
let's see what the Letterboxd nerds say. Fine. Average, mostly a 3, 3.5, and a 4. So it's good, but it's not like mind-blowingly good. David Sims, a film critic that I really like. A whole movie about coming down from Apex Mountain. Safdie's worthy, long overdue follow-up to Lenny Cook. The Rock is evolving. He is now the Boulder, says Tim Tam Titus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like this is going to be like really good, but not Best Picture good.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, you know.
And I like Benny Safdie, so like I'm excited to see where it goes.
Benny Safdie's good. Because Josh Safdie also has Marty Supreme. They both got movies coming out.
Yeah, he got the table tennis one, which also looks fucking fire.
Two
but
different.
you know my love of Timmy. So
Any other news that you've seen in the last couple of weeks? It's mostly, in my opinion, what I've seen is mostly a lot of The Rock.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a Patreon page. I'm still not used to like the rhythm of like where we go from here to here. I have to look at the thing. But we have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Alex, Ellen, and Justin Kleiman, Brian Rodriguez of High School Slumber Party. Oh, you know, you should write down on that little Oz piece of paper, High School Slumber Party. What are the odds we got that coming?
Let's set the over-under of Penelope being 4.
Oh, over.
Before it comes back. But I think it actually goes down in... As she approaches that age, this gets creepier and creepier.
Oh,
quoted from Brian himself.
I was just thinking that, like, because what is she already, like, 2? Year and a half, 2?
Yeah.
He has so many episodes recorded, he could just, like, edit one and just throw it out there. You know what I mean? Like, to prove the haters wrong. I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to say 25% chance that we get a new episode.
Over under 4 years old. You take the over.
And 25% chance.
You're taking a quarter bet. Okay.
What do you think? Over, under?
I think that it is, if anything, it's under and 95 because he will do it to spite us. I think in reality it's over and 0.
Okay.
That's like I think the only way that, because I like I said, I think that as Brian has said to us before, like if she is in high school and somebody discovers her dad's podcast about high school movies, you're cooked. Like you're absolutely cooked.
It really is the, like, men would literally blah, 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 then go to therapy. It's like he would literally make a new podcast and do Coastal Grand Bros with you instead of releasing one more episode of a show that he's already recorded and, like, is passionate about.
Yeah.
Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden Renato, Di Donato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Jason Rainey, Tom Price, Josh Buckley of A Whole Lot of Wolves,
Yep.
Michael Moser, Christian Larson, Taryn Newman, Aaron Willows, Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Alex Walsh, Jack Haley, and Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. Thank you all for supporting the $5 a month level or above. If you want to get your name on that list, toofast2forever.com. Even $1 a month gets you in the door, gets you every bonus episode. Like this upcoming Monday, we got Dragon the Bruce Lee story coming out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Very fun. We also have an email address, family@cageclub.me. We've got 3 emails and 1 Patreon comment from last week's episode with Fast 10, which came out today as we're recording with Emily Slade. Randy Carter says Wales is on the island of Great Britain, so in fact, a Welshman is British. Look, Randy, you're probably right, but I'm going to take Emily's
We ain't
word
starting
for
that
it.
fight. We ain't starting that fight. I ain't fighting Wales today for you, bud. I'm sorry.
We have 2 shorter emails from Lane and then 1 longer one from Alex Walsh. I'm going to read Lane's 2 first. He says, cha-cha-chas. Okay, so there's a part of the cha-cha-chas scene I've been waiting for someone to comment on. Mia says you can pick me up at 10. WTF? Is Cha Cha Cha's open till midnight? Maybe there's food all over the place because all the employees are too tired to clean by the time they get off.
That's a good point. Or, I mean, well, this is California, so, like, it wouldn't be crazy to me to think a large metropolitan area has a restaurant that stays open past 7 p.m. like some of us have to deal with in our own lives.
Yep.
But, hear me out. I have a different idea. What if they're going there for the lunch buffet and they have such a good time they just stay there until it turns dark? So she said you could pick me up at 10. That might be 10 a.m. They might be going first thing when they open at 11. By the time that he gets there, gets through LA traffic, goes, sits down, they could be going for lunch and just stay until it's dark.
True. I like that.
That's my thoughts on it.
That could be a good first date.
Yeah, you know, like, it was like, hey, do you want to go for, like, a little Cuban lunch date? And then all of a sudden you're there they're drinking coffee by the end of it. It looks like they've been there for a while, right? So, like, wouldn't put it past them. That'd be, like, the worst table in the history of restaurants. If
Can
you
you guys
sat on your first date,
because you also know they're
like
both
6
they're
hours.
both broke as fuck.
Well, I mean, technically not. Brian has, like, a full pensioned job.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he can't, like...
He's a cop. Yeah, but he can, like, flex, like, one dinner, like, one lunch. It's a lunch date, Joey. How much does lunch cost at the Cha Cha Cha? Can't be expensive.
But how much is a brunch, lunch, dinner, drinks all day, coffee all day, tip all day? I don't know.
I think you just be a shitbag about it, and he's just, like, drinking waters and black coffee refills. Sure.
Lane also says, I think it needs to be discussed that if Brian hadn't muffed the start on his first race, he would have beaten Dom.
Oh. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that I always imagine that Dom is playing cat and mouse, and that, like, he will always let everybody have the perception that they were in it, even though he's ultimately going to win every time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't think that he ever would have beaten him if he muffed it. If he didn't muff it, it didn't matter. He was going to lose. It's just, like, in which manner would he lose?
Well, I think it's like, does Dom win or do you lose, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're like?
And Dom wins.
It's
Dom
like
wins.
Dom can win, or also like you could be so nervous that you're racing against the great Dominic Toretto that you're gonna like fuck up.
Which is actually, like, currently happening in F1. That, like, there's a kid, Lando Norris, who's, like, really good friends with Max Verstappen. But if you watch any of the races, Max just, like, fucks with his head. Like, Max will just, like this weekend, Max just, like, passed him. Just to do, like, the car's slower. Max wasn't going to be able to hold him off for very long at all. But he still just, like, sent it and, like, passed him in a corner. Because he was like, motherfucker, I can. And then, like, Lando just gets all, like, fucked up in the head about it. Because he just, like, he's just mentally toying with him.
Right.
So I think this would be the outcome of what Dom would be doing.
Is the mythos... I mean, I guess in the world, the mythos of Dom is there in the first movie. But, like, we don't know it yet, really. But Brian would know it, right?
Yeah, Brian would know it, at least even by association. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they say, like, he knows it. He knows who Toretto is. He's, like, one of his targets for this. So yeah, so he knows it.
Yeah. Okay. One more email from Alex Walsh, 1.21 gigawatts. Hey guys, want to send you some unprompted thoughts I'm having for the first time right now.
Please.
With the retcon of Tokyo Drift happening between 6 and 7, Twinkie's sales pitch to Sean takes on a totally different tone. Oh, right, that's what this is, yes. With the scene in 2006, he's a sympathetic character, cutting a deal for a new arrival on things he'll need to get by. But as the franchise now wants us to believe it's all happening in 2013, he's very clearly scamming the hell out of an ignorant Bama boy by trying to sell him a wildly outdated technology and shoes. I'm confident LeBron James could have gotten those shoes in 2013.
That is such a weird, interesting point. I don't think anybody has ever thought this before, because we have not. The specific niche of Bow Wow trying to sell outdated shit to Sean.
Yeah. Like, there's no way that, like, Bow Wow is actually, like, the coolest, hottest on the black market.
No.
So he's scamming to a certain extent already. And then you make it 7 years later, and it's like, oh, this is, like, really scammy.
Yeah. This is like somebody trying to sell you, like, the iPod that they just found in a car. You know what I mean? Like, they stole an old iPod Mini out of a car and they like take it to the pawn shop. If you think about it in this perspective, and you're like, yeah, that's worth like $5,
Right.
maybe.
It's like in Weapons where like he finds the little like play school tape deck or whatever. And he's just like $50, $25, $5, $1, like
Yeah.
whatever. The guy's like, I don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I forgot about that. That was a good part. Yeah.
Alex goes on, I guess the electronics are fine because as we see in the final race scene, the community has apparently gone all in on retrofitting future tech into old phones. But the reference to Don't Ask, Don't Tell 2 years after its repeal is a little baffling.
It's a fun thought. Thank you for sharing that. That was really fun. I don't think that anybody else has ever thought this. I don't think that anybody that writes for these movies has ever considered that at all.
No.
And yes, it is. It's just genuinely stupid. So,
A couple things you brought up reminded me of various odd jobs I had after graduating college in '08 when the whole damn economy was on fire. Separate but equal being overturned on semantics, which you found out or you talked about learning.
Yeah.
I did research for a law firm in my hometown for a couple of years, and one of the things that's always stuck with me was a footnote on a case about whether New York state courts could apply judgments from foreign courts that violated human rights. The person recording it noted that the decision said they may not, rather than shall not, uphold those judgments. So if a New York judge felt like it, under the right circumstances, they could decide to violate human rights.
Fucking sick. Love it.
Hostess going through several owners, including a private equity firm. I worked for a company that did... I like that Alex somehow ties to, like, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which we have, like, this little rabbit hole, and then also the Hostess Twinkie thing. Like,
bless, yeah.
I worked for a company that did in-store work for brands, building displays, checking out-of-date items, replacing missing bags, placing coupons,
That's cool.
etc.
My buddy does this. Yeah.
I had a territory of about 30 stores in Western Brooklyn that I serviced. When that firm decided to relaunch all the Hostess brands after the original company went under, they hired us as their retail team. I remember being wildly disillusioned after growing up believing Twinkies lasted forever, then learning how frequently we had to rotate the product to make sure it didn't expire on the shelf.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of... Yeah, we had the Twinkies are made with jet fuel, and they last forever. That's right. Those were always the rumors. And Marilyn Manson could suck his own dick because he took 2 ribs out.
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yep. Anyway, back to the original point. I think this minute is arguably the scene most tangibly altered by the creator's later timeline retcon since it changes Twinkie from benevolent to hostile. The other contender is, of course, the Letty graveyard scene, where her birthday being shown as 83 and completely reasonable until we saw Dom was basically an adult in 1989 in the F9 flashbacks. Man, they really whiffed on that one, Alex.
Yeah, Dom's weird pedo arc because of a mistyped date is definitely one that we need to figure out.
I do like... Okay, look. Number one, I know this is true, but I was going to say I like that we care... Like, the smaller point is that we care more about the date thing than anybody else on the planet just because...
Yeah.
But also what's true is that, like, the people who listen to this know more about these movies in ways that aren't really helpful than anybody else.
Yes, I know.
Like, it's not like encyclopedic where it's just like it's going to help you win trivia, because like this is not like
No,
trivia.
because nobody's ever talked about how old Dom looks in the flashback of F9, right? Like, nobody gives a shit.
Like, we're all collectively the most annoying guy at a party, where it's like, oh, you want to talk about like annoying? Well, here's annoying. Do you know that in the opening to F9, it's like, dude,
it's a guy in the corner saying like they don't even know that the Dom is 10 years older than it says in the flashback or like whatever, and you're like, but also like I never look, when anybody ever says anything about Fast and the Furious to me, I always ask them, how much would you like to know, and tell me when to stop, because like I could tell you what I think, but just pull the plug whenever you want.
I was thinking today, listening to a podcast, they were talking about the different Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I was like, I can't keep them straight, but I've also only seen them like once or twice, and I can imagine to a different person, like the same me, but for Nightmare, just like, well, how do you not know the difference between the first Fast and Furious and second Fast and Furious? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, they're very different movies. But to me, I'm just like, well, I don't know.
Exactly, yeah.
But,
same.
Yeah. I think that's a good way. How much do you want to know? How much do you care? How much time do you have?
And tell me when to stop. Like, whenever you're sufficiently entertained with what the answer is, just tell me to stop. and I'm good.
It's the quote from the first movie that really sums this up.
What?
And on top of that, he just came into Harry's and ordered 3 T6 because it's like Hector's running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. Like, okay, this is normal-ish, a little deep, but like normal. And then it's like, and on top of it, it's like, oh no, here we go. And then it gets into the T66 turbos, the NOS, the Motex.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you lost me. Like, cars? Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yep.
Cool.
I told you I love when people ask me. They'll be like, "Do you think that we're ever gonna get another Fast and the Furious movie?" I'm like, how much do you want to know? Because I have thoughts. I've studied Vin's Instagram at least bi-weekly.
Are we ever going to get a new Planet X movie? Well,
is Planet X real? Is Kojak actually being filmed, or is Vin just hanging out with Michael Caine in costume? Because it might just be that.
boy, if that wasn't actually Michael Caine, can you imagine?
What?
Just like if he hired a stand-in or something to play.
No. That's actually Michael. Michael Caine thought that he was going to lunch with Vin Diesel and wound up on a movie set that isn't real.
Or do you think
what
like
I think
he's like
happened.
the gaming Michael Caine, and he's like, you're in a new movie, but it's just like not a new movie. It's just Vin Diesel's life.
Is Vin Diesel like the biggest grifter on the fucking planet? That he's just like out here like selling people on movies that don't exist until they have to exist because he told them they exist.
I don't know, man.
Be kind of sick if it was. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome.
That's all the emails. If you want to email in family@cageclub.me,
Please do.
thank you, Lane. Thank you, Alex, for writing in. Again, anything
Both
you
of
want.
you,
I know
yes.
that the Discord is active and bustling. Like, I always go there. I'm just like I post like, oh, this is posting now. And there's like just like full ass conversation. I'm just like, guys, email in. We need content. We need things.
No,
on air.
no. They're good. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you anywhere. I will talk to you anywhere. Don't worry, buds.
But email in family@cageclub.me or just, email us for the Discord and we'll get you the Discord link if you're not already there and you want to be there. It's a great place.
it is. It's friendly. It's fun. There's pictures of cats.
Joe, I'm going to skip the Goof Troop this time. We're going to do that in the next episode, I think, because we're already running a little long. We've got to get to extracurricular activities. What have you been up to in the last couple of weeks?
Rachel and I have been watching. We finished Twisted Metal.
Okay.
Which was a lot of fun again. It did something that, like, I'm not going to spoil it for you, that, like, I wasn't enjoying, but it's also fun along the ride the whole time.
Okay.
If you ever watch it, or if you did watch it, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's something that makes sense as a production like this, what they're doing story, plot, arc-wise.
Cool.
And I was like, God damn it, I know you're doing this, but please stop doing it. But it was just me being a child.
Mm-hmm.
Been watching 90 Day the Happily Ever After. Those people are fucking idiots. That's great.
Sure,
we watched,
cool.
We watched the Love Island reunion with our New Year's Eve boy, Andy Cohen.
Okay.
And I was saying that I was watching this, and Wes was like, "Oh, I don't really know if I want." Wes messaged me because Mrs. Wes had been watching it, and she wanted to watch the reunion too. And he's like, "I don't know if I like Andy Cohen on this." And I was like, "Just wait, because he is like such a catty bitch that like it is actually perfect for reunion. Like, because Andy will just ask.
Well, he does all
them,
like the housewives things. Like he's like
exactly.
So he's like that's like in my head like that's the thing he's like best at.
That's his niche. Yeah. Exactly how it goes. That was fun. Again, bunch of morons. Gotta love shows like that. We watched a movie called Clown in the Cornfield.
Yeah, it's a new movie. I've heard about it.
It was not what I expected. It's kind of not about the clown in the cornfield for a long part of it.
Did you like it?
We had fun. We had fun watching it.
Is it a comedy?
I don't necessarily think so.
Well, we also know
What?
in the Novocaine episode coming up, we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
Clown
We'll
in the
talk. You
Cornfield-
guys can listen to that one.
Clown in the Cornfield. So like, I still every week check like what movies are coming out in theaters. Like even though I don't see like as
Yes.
much in
Yeah,
theaters
yeah,
as I
yeah.
used to, I'm just like, what's coming out? And I'm like, this feels like a fake movie. Clown in a Cornfield.
It feels like a fake movie.
Like it
but
feels
it's fun.
like the same way that like Blue Harvest was like the name for Empire Strikes Back or whatever. Just like it's like a fake thing. It's just like, oh, we're shooting like It Chapter 3, but we're calling it a Clown in or whatever. Just like this is like a placeholder title for whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what
Snakes
this
on a plane
is.
type situation. Yeah.
But the guy who made it made Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, which I think Rachel
Yes.
loves, right? And
She does. Yeah, she was really amped to watch it for that reason.
he
yeah.
also made Little Evil, which is an Adam Scott horror comedy with Evangeline Lilly, Kate from Lost, which I did not
I think
like.
it's probably like a comedy. Yeah.
Letterboxd says it's horror mystery thriller. I don't know.
It feels like a Shudder horror movie. I think it was on Shudder.
It is, yeah.
It feels like a Shudder horror movie. What else have we been doing? It was Labor Day weekend. Rachel and I did a lot of nothing, did a lot of cooking, eating well, and just hunkering down because I'm getting ready to do something fun this weekend that I'll talk about next time.
Cool.
How about you, brother? What have you been up to? What have you seen? What have you done?
Well, I have two cool things I'm doing the next 2 days, so I can't talk about those yet. But
Okay.
mostly we've just been watching a lot of movies and relaxing and also doing wedding things. I was trying to think like what else. So, I'll talk about that next. But Hooptober did not start. But this is the annual thing on Letterboxd where the guy puts out the list of like rules and you have to like watch movies that fit the
Yeah.
rules or whatever. But because we're getting married in October, there's just so much stuff we have to do between now and then. Even though we watch a lot of movies, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this in the time frame. So instead, because it's like it starts on September 15th, but he announces it on August 26th, which is
the list.
the
list
rules,
is out
yes,
already.
Yeah. So on
Okay.
August 26th is the date that Toby Hooper died, the guy who made Poltergeist, the guy who made Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's named after. And so on the 26th, he always puts out the rules. He's like, I'm going to start, because he's like, he wanted to do it just in October, but he knows that he can't hit it in October, so he's like, September 15th is always like the official start. But I'm like, instead of 31, I have like a list of 80, which I know I'm not going to come anywhere close to, but I'm like, I'm just going to start now, because I want to just see a bunch of this shit. Like, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
So we kicked off by watching Rosemary's Baby, which is Margaret's favorite movie of all time. I'd seen it
Nice,
a couple
cool.
times. Great. We also watched Apartment 7A, the prequel movie that came out last year.
We watched that and we really liked it.
People like hate that movie, and I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's not. It doesn't need to exist, but like, it's not bad.
It's
And I think
fun.
Julia Garner's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
in it.
We had a good time when we watched it. Yeah.
We watched Barbarian, which I know you guys watched recently.
We just watched recently too. Yeah.
Did you read Mark's thing about it?
Absolutely, and I think that it's been out long enough that I was the only one saving myself from it. Mark put out a fucking hysterical Reddit article that is about what's his name, the fucking guy measuring the size
Justin Long,
of
yeah.
the base. Justin Long measuring the size of the basement in Barbarian.
Because it's a plot point that he's measuring the basement, but the basement just keeps going, and he's trying to figure out how big the square footage is. And he also has like a little map of like where it would actually extend to.
And it's broken in the most beautiful Mark Hoffmeyer way to do this, and it's genius. Go read it. Go watch Barbarian, because that movie fucks hard too. Then go read Mark's post about the square footage,
Yep.
because it's fucking hysterical.
So Margaret and I both loved Weapons. I saw Barbarian in theaters, and I was like, I don't love this movie. I really like this movie a lot, but I think it's like insane. And then watching it after seeing Weapons, I was like, oh, it's amazing like how much better I think he got as a filmmaker at making Weapons, because like Barbarian just kind of like
Yes.
ends,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just like, wouldn't this be crazy if? And like it is, and like it's good and it's entertaining, it's fun, but it's like Weapons is like actually like a movie as opposed to just like a bunch of crazy
Yeah.
shit. But also,
I like when what's his name fucking Pennywise is like, do I look like a villain to you? Like at the beginning of Barbarian, we're like, yeah, fucking Pennywise. Duh, you look like fucking Pennywise.
because Margaret also, like, rightly so, as a woman, was like so creeped out by the opening part where like the girl shows up to a house, to an Airbnb, and there's already a guy there, and she's like, why would you go in? Don't go in. Don't go in.
Don't go in there.
And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just thinking, like,
that was me saying to Rachel too.
There
like,
is so much worse shit in this house than like, and then that's the point. But it's also just like you have
Yeah.
no idea what's coming. We also rewatched It Follows, which we both love. I watched Gremlins 2, which I mentioned earlier, the Nietzsche thing.
Cool.
I'd never seen it before, and it's a movie that like on Letterboxd, people love this movie. And like Chris Podcast was like, if you like in classic Chris Podcast way, if you think the first one's better, you're a cop. And the first one's so cozy and so good. Like, it's not like one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, I really like it. And have you seen Gremlins or Gremlins 2?
Oh, not in forever.
So
This
Gremlins is like in the
on
snowy
my-
town of like Kingston Falls, and like they have like the Chinese, they go to Chinatown or whatever, and the dad brings, he's got like all these wacky inventions, and he brings Gizmo back, and like things get out of hand, and like it just,
Yeah.
whatever. Gremlins 2, the main kid, Billy, and his girlfriend, played by Phoebe Cates, are in New York, and they're like in this like building of the future, and they're just trying to like regentrify Chinatown into like where Chinatown gets, or where immigrants get oriented. Like there's like a very like Oriental like joke in there. Like
Okay. Okay.
And like so like the first like 45 minutes of the movie, I'm just like, I don't know, man. And like, why do people love this movie? Like, what am I missing? And then like it hits a part where like shit just goes wild, and I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like it's so much fun.
It just
it's a
breaks
blast.
bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So Gremlins 2 is a blast. If you have not seen those movies, go see them both because they're great. And then I also watched Jaws 2. So I've now seen every Jaws movie. I've seen Jaws 1, 3, and 4. 1 is one of my favorite movies. I never saw 2 before, and 2 is good. Which is crazy that like Sheriff Brody, Roy Scheider from the first movie, is in this one, and apparently he didn't want to be in it, but like he's still good in it. But it's just kind of like
Weird. Okay.
pulpy horror action fun.
Cool.
So
Very cool.
just been watching a lot of movies. And the other thing I wanted to say is that there's so have you seen or heard anything about the video game Silk Song?
Not a thing.
Because Silk Song is a game. So there was a game that came out in like 2017, I think, called Hollow Knight. And
Okay.
Hollow Knight was an indie game made by like 3 people, and it was really well received and people loved it. And like a year, they kept supporting it with like new DLC and new levels and whatever. And then there was a character in there called Hornet, and they were like, we're going to do our own like add-on like DLC pack for Hornet. Like a year after the game came out, they're like, we're going to do a thing about Hornet.
Makes sense.
And then they're like, it's actually getting too big. It's going to be its own game. That was maybe 2 years after it came out, like in 2019. And then they never talked about it again. And people were like, where is Silk Song? Where's this Hornet game? Where is Silk Song? And a couple times there were like rumors, or there'd be like a Game Informer article, or like Microsoft would announce it on an Xbox stage or whatever, like Silk Song coming this year, and people were like, oh my God. And it never came. And so then in like March of this year, Microsoft, or maybe June, at some point, there was a Nintendo thing for a Switch 2 and also a Microsoft thing where they're both like, Silk Song is coming this year. And people were like, what the fuck? Like this game Hollow Knight, it was literally made by 3 people that had sold like 2 million copies, and they were like really successful. There was like a Bloomberg interview, I believe, that they talked about how like they were able to do this because they made so much money in the first game that they just really like making video games, and they don't have like these bosses who are like, you need to get the game out now. And the hype cycle of like people being like, where is Silk Song? It became like a meme online, like the small game that like should not be as popular as it is, became like the subject of like jokes and memes and things, like it's never coming out. But it's actually finally coming out on Thursday. Like it's gonna be out.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like, you know, a month ago or whatever, they had like a 3-minute thing that they put on YouTube. Like they did like this countdown to, and they're just like, Silk Song out in September. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like this thing, like 2 weeks before it came out, was just like, oh yeah, it's going to be out in 2 weeks. And it's just crazy that like this game,
kind of
like,
sick of them, by the way, because it's 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like it's literally just like, no, like we just like wanted to make it better, and like we're just like those kind of guys who like, well, we can just like, if we do this, we need to make this other thing better, and like we're not under pressure. And so like when they announced Silk Song and like they were already set for life, they'd sold like 2 million copies. It's now sold like 12 million copies. And then like since all the Silk Song thing like is actually coming out, it's now like the most streamed game on Twitch. There's like all these people buying new copies, like they're making even more money. And so it's just crazy how like basically being stubborn and being like, no, we're gonna make a game, we're gonna do it right, like worked.
But it's kind of respectable, because like everything I hear about the game industry like nowadays, even though I'm far away from it, is that like they half cock all these games to put them out, and then like the game is busted for like a year and a half because they like had to get it out on time, as opposed to just making it right the first time.
Right. So yeah, why Silk Song took 7 years to make. It's on Bloomberg. So yeah, this game that like has been like, it's a thing where every time there'd be like a video game like at E3 or at like the Game Awards or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there was a joke like, Silk Song gonna be announced. Where's Silk Song? Where's Silk Song? And like a game that like Hollow Knight's great, and like people are right to love it, but like it's not Grand Theft. It's not a thing that's gonna sell like 100 million copies or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
But it's a thing that like became like, there is such
its own force.
There's such a disproportionate amount of people talking about this game and writing about this game, and this game's gonna sell like millions and millions of copies. It's gonna be good. Like it's not gonna be good, but like there's such like crazy momentum about this thing because they announced it and then they went away. But then it's actually coming out.
They just went to go make it. Yeah.
Which is
they're like, we fucking
amazing.
told you guys, just relax.
And apparently like their studio address is public or something, and so like people every once in a while like visit and they're just like, this place is a fucking dump. It's just like, because they're like, we never decorated.
It's an
'cause we were
office
just, like, we
somewhere.
were just like making games. Like we just like didn't like create this like welcoming thing to like have a team of 60 or whatever. Because like it's like the three of us. And maybe they hired a couple other people, but it's just like these like dudes are just like, no, like we're just making the game.
Yeah, we just been in our closet over here.
Anyway, it's coming out on Thursday. It's free on Game Pass, or it's $20. Like it's not like it's $20.
It's gonna be sick. That's awesome. I love that story. Thank you for sharing.
So that's
that
Silk
one.
Song, Hollow Knight
Yeah.
2, Silk Song, starring Hornet. So yeah, if you want more of that, I'll talk about that. But there's also like things I'm going to the next 2 nights. You got some fun stuff coming up. So we'll do another. We've got one more Fast Lane this lap.
Cool. Okay.
The lap is going to go until the end of October, but we've only got one more Fast Lane this lap because we'll explain on that what's coming up after that. But anything else to say in this episode before we pack it up and say goodbye?
What do we the
We
title?
need a name of the episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the one that he said, which was
Effort, comma, is
effort,
on you.
comma, is on you, ...
Xander, and then put Xandar in parentheses question mark.
So I'm just going to put it in the Zoom chat, just see if you like this.
Let's see what it looks like.
Effort, comma, is on you, ... Xandar. No, I think it should be Xander, and then in parentheses,
Yes,
Xandar.
I think so too. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that we learned that Planet X might not come out.
Might not be real.
Not that might not come out.
It might not be real. Was it ever on? Can we see if it was on like a Marvel, like, was it ever on a Marvel timeline?
I don't think so. I mean, did Marvel announce Planet X?
Because the thing we saw on Reddit was that it was just linked to Vin's Instagram talking about that Marvel's gonna make this great movie. But I don't think it was ever on like one of these like Marvel timelines, right? Because like they always like show you like the next 6 years of fucking Marvel movies.
So when you Google, did Marvel announce Planet X? Before I get to the AI mode summary, the top thing is that Reddit thing from before. Vin Diesel claims Marvel wants to make a Planet X movie.
yes,
The second thing is Vin Diesel gives exciting Planet X MCU movie update from Superhero Hype, which just links to that
the
Instagram
Instagram
thing.
again.
And then the third one is the MCU Wiki Planet X page, which has
It links to the Vin Instagram.
nothing. Vin Diesel reveals thrilling new Groot adventure on the way, and then in there says Marvel Studios not released an official announcement about the Groot sequel yet. The AI mode overview just says straight up, no, Marvel has not officially announced a Planet X movie, though actor Vin Diesel has publicly discussed his desire and involvement in developing a potential Groot solo film set on Planet X.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I thought, like, we all like Berenstain Baird this into existence. That like, oh yeah, like it's coming, right? Like it's like
He almost got us. He almost got us. We would have been talking about it like, where's the fucking Planet X movie, Marvel?
like because what you said, like when they put up those roadmaps, it's like this is the next 6 years. I'm like, that's not going to happen. Number one, but number two, it's like okay, it's going to come in 5 years. But then like since COVID, I've just like cared less about when things are coming out because like
Sure.
things get delayed all the time. And I'm like, oh, things out, cool. So like I just never thought that like I thought there was I thought Vin was talking about enough that like it was actually happening, but
No.
that is crazy.
That is really crazy. What do you think it's like talking to Vin? Like, what do you think, like, imagine you're sitting in his kitchen, you have your vitamins of choice in front of you, and Vin Diesel starts pitching you the Planet X movie.
Who would be more fun? Who would be more annoying? Sober Vin or stoned Vin?
The only factor in this that I care about is whether I'm sober or not.
You are.
I am. You're giving me
Because
that.
if you're drunk or you're high or whatever, like you can just chat with whatever. But like you are stone cold sober talking to Vin Diesel. Would you rather talk to him?
I'm drinking an iced tea, an unsweetened
Yes.
iced tea.
Would you rather talk to him stoned or sober?
Sober. I don't like dealing with other people on drugs.
Okay.
Like, I think sober to sober, I could do it. If he was like, bro, Planet X is gonna be sick, I'd be like, I can't do this. I gotta leave. I'm not high enough for you to have this conversation around me. Is what my thoughts would be.
Well, speaking of Groot, our next episode is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
It is, yeah. There you go. We're gonna see a preview of Planet X.
Maybe Vin's going to know, like, oh, they're talking about my movie. They want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In between now and then, the patrons get a bonus episode of Dragon the Bruce Lee story we mentioned earlier. That's a fun episode. Got a fun guest on that one.
Yes, very, very fun episode. A very, very good guest. A guest that I like a lot.
I just realized that the next two bonus episodes, that and Novocaine, me and the guest are in sync, and you're, like, not in
What do you mean?
opposite ways. Because, like, it's the same thing, but reversed.
I didn't do this on purpose. I promise you that this was honest feelings about both films. I promise.
But our next movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, is the last main feed pit stop of the lap. So it's the last
Cool.
Oops movie for now. We got a handful more episodes coming up, which we will talk about in the next couple of episodes. But Joe, one more time, any final thoughts in Life in the Fast Lane number 55? Effort is on you, ... Xander, parentheses, Xandar, question mark, parentheses.
Nah, just Vin, I hope that you find your bear country. I hope that you make Planet X, and it's as good in your head as it is on film. As good on film as it is in your head. That's what I mean.
Well said. I don't know what it means, but well said.
Neither does he. So
For all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to cageclub.me, facebook.com/TooFast2Forever, or at TooFast2Forever on some of the socials. Email us, family@cageclub.me. Thank you to everybody who wrote in today. Check out our Patreon page at TooFast2Forever.com and our store at cageclub.me/shop. And come back next week for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the prequel to Planet X. I'm Joey Lewandowski,
I'm Joe too.
and we will tell you all about it
When we see you again.